Experience is always like the biggest teacher.
It's a limit.
Yes. Always put some limits as well.
Look more difficult be a cosplayer than what look from outside, you know?
Cosplay is more than just putting on a costume.
Myrtle is a Filipino actress, cosplayer, and recording artist who first captured the nation's attention after winning Pinoy Big Brother Teen Edition 4 in 2012.
Everyone is built differently.
With over 1 million followers, she continues to inspire fans worldwide. A true multi-talented star, Myrtle proves that dreams
if I can do it, you can
have
do it
no
as well.
limits.
Hello, I'm Daniel Gonzalez. I'm from Howlers, Manila, and we are doing this small podcast to you guys know a little bit more about the artists we are bringing to Howlers, Manila, and to our team. And we are today here with Myrtle Sarosa in the amazing studio of Waxified Sound Production. So thank you, Myrtle, for follow us today here.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Honestly, I've been learning so much here at the Waxified Studios. So just a fun fact. Back in college, I studied in UP Diliman in broadcast communication, and my internship was actually at a studio, Sonic State, where I actually assisted in a lot of recordings of artists. During my free time, as I was there, I was doing lyrics. I was a lyricist for a lot of the songs and musics for Maha Salvador, for myself, for Janelyn Mercado, and I even got the chance to be behind the scenes and listen to a lot of artists like Four of Spades as they were working on their music and their tracks. So I've always been a fan, and I've always been passionate with music, even with my gaming experiences. So just being here and learning more about Dolby Atmos and seeing the studios here, I've been so amazed. So thank you so much for inviting me.
How you say that come to my mind a question. Do you think at some point in your life you would like to go through the music line or no? You would like to produce your own music?
I actually am doing it sometimes through the games that I work with. So like in Call of Duty, I did write the lyrics for one of the lobby musics in the zone. So I actually worked on like 2 tracks for Call of Duty, 1 track for Diablo Immortal. So I still work with music through, of course, like the games that I do, but I haven't dived into creating my own single in a long time. I think my most popular track was way back 2013, 2014, Mr. Cupido. So that got like 10 millions of views, and people would still ask me to sing that song even to this date. But maybe eventually I would love to dive into immersive audio music really soon.
Will be exciting if one day you want to come back to the music. Let us know.
Yeah, definitely with Howlers and of course Waxify. That would be amazing.
We will put you in the main stage. That's for sure. If you have to survive 1 week as one of your characters you cosplay, which one you will pick and why?
Oh my gosh. If I was to survive as one of my favorite cosplay characters, this is gonna be tough. I recently cosplayed Gundam Wing. I would cosplay that.
Gundam?
Yeah, Gundam. Because I did like a Gundam girl cosplay recently, and it was really cool. So I've always been amazed with all the mecha outfits for Gundams, and I've always enjoyed collecting the figures. So if I was to cosplay one for like and survive as that, Gundam would be my answer.
Nice. What is the funniest or craziest thing that ever happened to you while you are in a full cosplay?
Oh, I think funniest, not really craziest thing was getting into a latex cosplay just a few months ago. So I got a full plug suit latex for the game Mecha Break, and we had to do like a video, and we had no idea how tight a latex costume is, and it took me and my team of 3 people just trying to get me into it, and I could not breathe while in the latex costume. Well, when people say tiis ganda for a cosplay, it's really hard. It's really that, because like it arrived really small. You would think of the costume like really small. So when you put it on, it's really tight, fit to your body. And even breathing is really hard. So I came to realize that sometimes you have to really kailangan talaga magtiis ganda for the beauty of that cosplay.
That's a complicated one. How many hours you stay inside that
cosplay? I could not last this long. So normally I can stay in a costume for like 18 hours, but this one I think it was just like 6 hours. Getting into it was like a 1 hour, and then I stayed in costume for like 6 hours more. because it was really tough to breathe. After that, I had like back pains. The lines of the costume stuck onto my skin, so it's like it was really hard.
So-
But the output was worth it. There was like millions of views, and I was like, oh my gosh, people admired the quality. They saw the hard work put into it, and I'm just really glad that a lot of people appreciated that cosplay.
Do you think you can attend an event with that costume, or it's too much for yourself?
Wow. If it's air conditioned and maybe if it's just like 3 hours, I think I can. But if it's under the heat of the sun,
yeah.
I cannot survive.
Now we are talking about that. I have a question. What advice you will say, for example, to a cosplayer going to Howlers that is outdoor? What recommendation from one of the top cosplayers right now in all Asia? What will be your recommendation for that cosplayers? How they should dress, or what limits they should not go over in the costume?
I think it's always comfort before style. We always say that, even in fashion and even in cosplay. So you have to make sure that prior to going to the event, you also find out like what is the climate like. Is it going to be hot? Make sure to bring an umbrella. Make sure to also bring water. Stay hydrated. Make sure that your cosplay is comfortable enough to withstand long amounts of hours, because even for me, I always try to consider where the event is going to be held before I choose a costume, because it's going to be difficult, not unless you have a really specific character you want to cosplay in mind prior to going to an event. If you have that, at least make sure that you have an assistant who could help you out with your things, because it's always going to be hard. And make sure also for the event itself to also have like standby areas that's air conditioned for cosplayers, because going in costume is not easy. Like there's a lot of sacrifices that you put into play before actually cosplaying. Like for me, I prepare for a costume 3 hours prior. You have to go into a place while in costume. You of course will be standing, so make sure that you are well prepared before the actual event.
Yes.
It's always lessons to learn in every
Yes.
single event that we have. Experience is always like the biggest teacher.
Mhm.
Even for me, like there's things that I've realized sometimes you cannot compromise your health for a lot of things, because I've had this cosplay where I had to cosplay with rain effect for a video. So I was like, okay, rain effect, it's gonna be a really nice video. They told me that there was gonna be a rain effect, so I was like, okay, it's fine. But I didn't expect that it would be from 6 p.m. till 6 a.m. and I was wet with rain effect water, could not change the dry clothes. So I was wet for 12 hours. I was thinking that I'll be fine, but after that I was sick for a week. And then I realized that sometimes you can do things for art and for passion. You can do it to really have beautiful outputs, but at the end of the day, don't sacrifice your health and your self.
It's a limit.
Yes. Always put some limits as well.
Look more difficult. Now you're talking about all that things, look more difficult be a cosplayer than what look from outside, like.
Oh, there's so many things that cosplay is, more than just putting on a costume.
A lot of people see your highlight, how famous you become, what you are doing right now, till the level you moving in some way the cosplay in the community. What was the time in your career, more into cosplay but gaming, like you almost give up, like you feel like, okay, I maybe I have a really hard time or whatever, and I reach my limit. And what if you have that moment, and what make you strong again, make you fight again to continue that race to what are you right now?
That is actually an interesting question. So I think when you say highlight reel, it is really truly like a tip of an iceberg of what people see you as. A lot of people see your successes, but not everyone sees the struggle beyond that or below that iceberg.
Correct.
Beyond that iceberg was like moments where, you could have given up. And I've had that moment actually in my life where I almost did give up cosplaying and gaming in my career, because I wanted to focus into acting. And during that time, a lot of people advised me to stop cosplaying, because there were people who were saying that, when you're a cosplayer, you can't be looked at as a serious actress. During that time, I had that career advice from someone who gave it, gave that opinion with good intentions, made me realize that the best way to actually just go about with your own life is to do what you're passionate about and be who you are. And who I was actually this person who enjoyed putting on costumes, being different characters every single day, being fun and colorful, and not just, tamed into a shell. So I did follow it, but eventually I came back to what I was passionate about, which is cosplay. And never giving up, being consistent, doing what you love has brought me into places that I have never expected. And to a lot of people, it's really that hard work day to day that keeps you going.
So the advice for everyone is pursuing the same dream. What you will tell them, like right now, if somebody asks you what I should do, I should listen to my family, I should listen to my friends, so I should just try it.
The advice that I could give people who would like to pursue their passion into arts, into cosplay, or into gaming is that we're all blessed with skills that are unique to us, like heavens, and God has blessed us with talents that only we have. And it's really knowing truly the skills that you have, honing it, and using it in order to bring to life your passions. I think one of the things that wakes me up every single day is knowing that I'm happy with what I do. And when you don't have that happiness, you won't have that excitement to do things day to day. And living life is about you doing what you want to do.
Correct. For me, I see it in many artists and in myself too. When we're in this type of industry, everyone is like against, like not against, but like why you don't do a normal job, why you don't work as a doctor, or why you don't work as a lawyer, or why you don't do something like that. And I always enjoy that industry, it's fun, it's passionate, all the time is different things. And I think sometimes it's complicated to don't listen to family and friends. And I think it's very important what you say about the point of like when a friend is telling you don't do that or focus on your career, it's not with bad intention. That sometimes happened to me even when I was younger. I feel it like, why my friend tell me that, but they are doing it from love and from their safety zone maybe, but this don't mean need to apply to you,
I think everyone is built differently.
Correct.
So if I was to relate this to the games that I play, I've always realized that every single person, there will be someone who's more of like a tank build, someone who's like more strong and could be carried. Sometimes there's other people who are like healers.
Yes,
there's also people who are more like sorcerers or mages. There's assassins, tanks, and you would realize that everyone has different attributes.
Correct.
And we're all walking through this journey and adventure of life, but we always have to understand that we have different paces and levels, and we always have different paths to choose and take from, and it's you finding your own path in order to actually enjoy this adventure of life. And that's what I always try to tell people in gaming.
Nice. You're example in some way, for all that people thinking to have a different life or a life connected with the video games or with the cosplay or with different industries. You're example for them of this can be done, and I think that's something important that I would like the people who visit our podcast and the people who follow Howlers and many cosplayers, then they see that reference, like I can make that, I have a chance to raise in that level.
Yes, most definitely.
One question more, that is, what is the most touching thing that a fan has ever told you that you never will forget? You have a lot of fans.
I've always had a lot of unique experiences with the people I come across too. I think one of the craziest ones was there was this female cosplayer. She was asking for advice on how to get into really cosplaying seriously. And I just told her and I encouraged her that, you can do it. You are talented, passionate enough, and I really believe you have the skills. And I told her that, just go for it and do this contest. And she won that contest. And with that contest, she was able to get a surgery for her eyes and was able to see. Wow. And then after that, up until now, every single time I post something, she would comment day to day. Her name is Myrtle. I never realized that you could impact, with just your words could impact someone so much. Just saying to someone that if I can do it, you can do it as well. And it changed her life. Now she can actually see clearly. Wow,
that's literally changed her life.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of power, in social media and to be a person that public. So I think it's beautiful that you canalize that in helping people, and always positive, because it's many people always complaining, like setting drama or fear. It's beautiful that you are setting all the time positive happiness. You know what I mean? I think it's very important to bring more happiness to the world.
I think more than that is always understanding that where you are is like a privilege. A lot of people don't see this as like a privilege. I really know that not everyone is blessed with this type of opportunity. Being put into that place, I always try my best to, of course, as well, be the best version of myself every day, and to at least return that trust to other people by learning to know that what I do also impacts them.
If you could cosplay any character from history, from the past, not just anime or games, who would you like to bring to life?
Oh, that's tough because these days, if there's any character I want to cosplay, I cosplay them instantly. But recently I saw Shaki from One Piece and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to cosplay her. So we're already starting on her costume. Maybe in like 2 weeks from now, I'm going to cosplay her already. So I think with me, I'm like, if ever there's like a character that I find interesting or fun, I don't wait anymore. I just try to create.
You are very fast always.
I think it's more of like, I'm just genuinely excited whenever like I see a character that I really like.
I'm curious, how many different characters, do you think you do through all your life already?
So last year we did 93. Last year we did like 74. Last year I think I did around 40 to 50. So in my entire life for the last a decade, more than a decade worth of cosplaying, I've lost count. I'll be honest, I've lost count of how many characters I have cosplayed, but I would say it's maybe 1,000.
Wow.
Maybe 1,000 of characters, because I do have so many costumes. Some of them I just put in my used to be a closet, now a house. Thank you, cosplay. Thank you, cosplay. Thank you, gaming. So it's like it has turned into its own space.
Wow.
So if you guys have like an entire studio, I have like an entire house for my just costumes. So it's a lot. There's even a lot of them that I didn't wear yet. Like I'm just still planning to wear.
Waiting for. So wigs and all the accessories, you have thousands of them. Wow.
There's a lot.
I'm curious, you need to do one day a video or a podcast of your house so we can see how you have everything there.
As much as everyone I feel like people think of it as it's like a display, something like a dress up walk-in closet kind of thing, but nah, it looks like a warehouse. It looks like a warehouse with multiple swords, cannons, guns, and everything is just there. People would get scared as they go in because there's like Lilith Diablo horns as you enter into the room. There's like a huge Titan outside the house. Like literally, there's like an attack on Titan right outside the house.
So you can see your house from outside already.
Yeah, you can see it outside already. So it's just, a lot of the stuff that because I really love my cosplays. I really value them. So I don't want to let them go. I take good care of them because each one of those characters is valuable to me. So I can't let go of the costumes.
Maybe one day you can do a Myrtle Sarosa museum with all the different past costumes.
Oh gosh, she's looking and saying like, it's way too messy.
That's okay. What is your guilty pleasure in gaming or anime? Something that fans might be surprised.
My guilty pleasure is, so I'm not a materialistic person. I don't like branded things. I don't have as much branded stuff. But my guilty pleasure is being strong in the games that I play. Okay. So I would sometimes spend a lot on skins, mounts, weapons, items, equipments. So that I've spent a lot on the games that I play. So that's just crazy.
But it's your passion in some way, so
yes,
good.
It is my passion. But if the practical side of me is say that maybe we should use that for like other things.
That's okay. I want to know, since you experience now what is exactly the Atmos sound system, or the experience of the Atmos, how you can describe that experience to people who never experienced that before?
Prior to going here, I did not expect that sound could be perceived in multiple ways. And I've always thought of sound as something that you just hear from your left to right ear. But through, of course, Waxified Studios, earlier, I saw all of the stereos coming in from front, from side, even from top, and even from your behind. And you could see that every single beat has a different level into it that really, truly immerses you. So through Waxy, earlier when he was explaining that sometimes, in games with Dolby Atmos, you would hear that from afar, you would hear your opponent running up close to you. And similarly with music, it's also the same. I felt like the artist, when they played 8 Tumble by SB19, I was like, wow, I didn't expect that the audio would sound as if it was coming in from it was like whispering to my ear. And then I was like, wow, that sounds so immersive. Like, it was so intense that even the intention of the breaths was so crisp and so clear. And I was looking at every single level. I was amazed that the leveling was really detailed. And it was my first time to actually see a program where they master the entire track from all sides. And the distance to you, that was just crazy. So I'm really truly amazed that we have this type of technology for music that artists can explore here in Waxified Studios.
And for the people who don't know what is Waxified Studios, it's a Dolby studio room where they can shoot the music and create from that music an Atmos experience. So the sound will go around you. It's an amazing experience, and we are very excited to more artists start trying that sound in the Philippines and start bringing it into the music.
So basically, this is the first studio here in the Philippines to be, of course, a partner of Dolby Atmos. And in Apple Music, it's called the spatial sound. So you can really find the sound immersively in the space where you could hear it from all sides immersively. And in Android, it is called Dolby Atmos.
What do you think about to do a festival, or to maybe at some point bring it to Howlers or to a big size festival to bring the Atmos experience? How do you think the people will enjoy it?
Of course, having that opportunity would be amazing. That would be a first here in the Philippines, and hearing the sound 360 all around you is just an amazing experience that would truly level up music here in our country. And I'm really glad that there's a studio that's pioneering it here.
Yeah, definitely. Wax is the pioneer of that sound systems and that Atmos Dolby in the Philippines. At Howlers, you will surround by music, cosplay, fans all at once. What kind of energy are you more excited to feel that day?
I'm super excited for everything all at once. So Howlers this is going to be my first Howler, so I'm so excited to experience both the pop culture and gaming side, but at the same time, I can't wait for the music.
You will have a perfect access to see all the artists from the backstage.
I'm so excited.
If you could give one piece of advice to any cosplayer who is chasing their dream but sometimes feels like doubt themselves, what would you tell them to do?
If I were to give an advice to a cosplayer who would like to pursue this dream, I would always say to work on yourself and never to give up. I think in cosplay there's multiple skills that you can learn from of course pre-production, which is working on your costume, being creative. There's so many skills involved, to actual production where you shoot the character, bring the character to life, to make up the costume, and the post-production, which is of course editing, VFX. My biggest advice would always be never to give up on your passion and to just have fun.
Myrtle, thank you so much for
Thank you so much, Daniel. I can't wait to see you at Howlers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
guys,
so much.
See you in Howlers Manila. Myrtle Sarosa will be with us during all the event, and we will make some videos and more content these coming weeks talking about the artists and the performance coming to Howlers Manila. Thank you so much, Waxy Studios, for having us here with your amazing studio and for help us with all the music technology for Howlers Manila. So thank you so much, guys, for watch our video here in the podcast of Howlers Manila. We are super happy to have Myrtle Sarosa tonight with us, and we'll learn a lot about her. The next videos we will bring more artists so you can know a little bit what is the life and what is the thinking and the way the other artists live and how they become artists. So this is a little bit not only for show you the artist is coming, but to inspire you with the histories and the background of the artist is here with us today. Thank you so much, Myrtle.
Thank you so much, Daniel. So everyone, I'll catch you there at the Howlers Manila this coming October 18th at Phil Invest Center at Alabang.